Hey guys, it's Nick with Braindead, and in this video we'll be going through Jeepers Creepers 2, a movie that is literally about a creeper stalking teenage boys. Because Victor Salva is a child molester. So when it comes to horror movie sequels, in my opinion, Jeepers Creepers 2 is one of the best relative to its own franchise, at least. It's a movie that I think is almost as good as the first one and can really just stand alone as a horror movie. Like, you have this very different set of characters in this very different situation, with the only connecting thread being the creeper. But it also still feels very much like a Jeepers Creepers film, unlike that pile of shit third movie that's barely a movie at all. But, I mean, we'll have plenty of time to make fun of that movie in my next video, so for now, let's just get into Jeepers Creepers 2. The movie opens with a reiteration of what we learned in the first movie, also letting us know that the creeper is on its last couple of days of feeding. A young boy is setting up some scarecrows for his father, and as he's putting up the third one, he notices one of them not doing his goddamn job. When he goes to check it out for himself, he sees that it has talons of some kind, which is weird for a scarecrow. Or so I'm told. The creeper pounces on the kid and flies off with him, his father and brother only able to look on in horror as he gets carried off. 'Cause, like, yeah, fuck you gon' do? Nothing. We then cut to a bus full of not a single person named Buddy, a joke that will make sense once I cover Jeepers Creepers 3. Stay tuned. They're on their way back home from a big sports ball game when their bus's tire blows out. Upon investigation, they find a shuriken made of bones in the tire.
You have to be shot into it like a bullet.
Jesus Christ, the damn thing has got teeth in it!
Back on the bus, a news report plays about the creeper's hideout being burned down, and the police already finding well over 300 bodies, some being over 200 years old. But before they can get too much information, the bus driver takes over the radio to try and call for help. Meanwhile, at the Taggart farm, Jack Jr., who I'm gonna call JJ, finds one of the creeper's weapons in their field, and while Papa Jack, who I'm gonna call Papa Jack, is examining it, the dagger somehow launches itself into the wall. He then takes the demonic knife and attaches it to the end of a harpoon. Catching back up with our favorite sports ball team, the bus driver can't seem to get through to anyone for help, and they can't use their cell phones because this is a horror movie and that would be too easy.
We gotta be in some kind of sunspot or something. There's no signal getting out.
What the hell is a sunspot? So I guess the sun can mess with your cell phone signal, kind of, not really, but it's solar flares that would actually mess with that kind of thing. It's not sunspots, because sunspots are just dark spots on the sun that just appear sometimes, but they don't really have an effect on things like cell reception. Yes, I actually did do some research on this, so y'all's welcome for learning you something. Anyway, the bus driver and coaches decide it would be better to drive home slowly on the flat than wait to be rescued, so they take off down the highway. Later, while most people are sleeping, Dick Sack Scotty bitches and whines about how he wasn't the center of attention at their big sports ball championship game or whatever.
Half the losers on this bus had nothing to do with us making it to state. I did.
At the same time, cheerleader Minxie has a dream where the spirit of Derry or something tries to warn them about the creeper. But it's too late as the creeper throws another shuriken into another tire, immobilizing them for good in the middle of nowhere. Everyone is ordered off the bus, and as Coach Charlie is setting out some flares, he gets nabbed by the creeper. Soon after the initial confusion of what just happened to Charlie, the rest of the adults are also taken out. Or up, I guess, leaving the rest of the teens to fend for themselves. They find some javelins and a flare gun with some flares, and Scotty suggests making a break for a nearby farm, and he is serious.
I'm serious.
See? An argument breaks out between Scotty and teammate Izzy, and when another teammate, DeAndre, tries to break it up, Scotty turns on him instead. Just then, the creeper shows up again and starts picking out a few of them as targets, while also making one of the most unsettling, possibly most terrifying faces I've ever fucking seen. He then shakes the bus to the point of breaking the doors, trapping everyone inside. Minxie faints and has another vision where Derry gives her the rundown of everything that was learned about the creature in the first film, which, if you need a reminder, it comes back every 23 years for 23 days to feed on humans. It eats what it needs from humans to function as a human, i.e. it eats lungs to breathe, and it can smell your fear, and it thinks that shit is tasty. She relays this info to the rest of the team, and they pretty much ignore her because, of course, she sounds like a crazy person. They finally get into contact with the Taggarts, and Papa Jack promises to call the cops and head out to the bus. But yeah, this thing killed his kid last night. He's not calling the cops. As the kids on the bus celebrate, the creeper puts the kibosh on that shit real quick and grabs Bucky through the roof of the bus. He's saved by Rhonda, however, who stabs a javelin into the creeper's face. This damages it quite a bit as it tries to fly away but comes crashing back down onto the bus. Its wing gets into the bus, and while they're trying to move it out of their way, it springs to life, trapping Dante inside and cuts his fucking head off. But of course, this is just so he can replace his now useless old head.
Oh! Ma'am!
Stop hitting me.
Don't throw heads at me!
Ma'am!
Scotty then gets the door open and tells everyone else that the creeper looked at to go on and get, so as to not put the rest of them in danger.
And if this bus is the only thing keeping that fucker away from us, how safe are we, you guys? With everybody it's hungry for sitting inside it. I'm serious.
This conversation doesn't really go anywhere though, because they all decide to get off the bus anyway and head for the farm that may or may not be nearby, only to chicken out a few moments later when the creeper comes back. So they rush back to the bus only to find themselves locked out by Johnny, who refuses to open the doors, at which point the creeper makes his move and goes after the group. He takes Jake out with a shuriken and sticks Scotty to a tree to make him easier to...
Don't say spirit away, don't say spirit away, don't say spirit away.
relocate him against his will.
Yeah, nice.
The kids all get split up, but the Taggarts finally arrive on scene and shoot the creeper with their homemade harpoon gun. But the creeper puts up a fight and gets away anyway. But, Papa Jack's got a second harpoon, motherfucker.
All you kids, get down!
I'm serious.
But, But, again, the creeper puts up a fight and gets away anyway. This time, also completely totaling their truck and harpoon gun. Elsewhere, one of the groups of kids, Izzy, Rhonda, and DeAndre, find a truck that was seen earlier in the movie, the original driver obviously killed by the creeper. They take the truck just as the creeper shows up and starts chasing them down the highway. During the chase, Izzy comes up with this great plan to finally get rid of Rhonda for good. He then lets the creeper get real close, slams on the brakes, and sends it through the back and front windshields. Surprisingly enough, the creeper is the one most badly hurt from the crash, as it's basically immobile now. And no, I don't count that as technically mobile. As he tries to get one last meal, the Taggarts show up again with their harpoon gun and get the thing right in the head. And yeah, I know that the Taggarts truck and gun were completely kaput a few scenes ago, but shut up. At this point, the creeper is out of time and goes into its hibernation state. The movie ends 23 years later with Papa Jack sitting in wait with his trusty harpoon for the next cycle to begin. In his shed, where he's presumably had this thing for the last 23 years. Not in a science lab or anything, so we can possibly study it and find out what it is, where it comes from, its weaknesses, which version of The Office it prefers, I don't know, anything? But nope. The greatest archaeological find in centuries, sitting in some hick's shed where people can get a peek at it for a $5. That's great. That's just great. Way to go, Taggart, you fucking lunatic. Anyway, thanks for watching this recap. You should subscribe if you made it this far. I would really, really appreciate it. Also, leave a like and a comment down below if you have any suggestions for movies you want to see me recap. Also, did you know that I stream on this channel every Thursday? Because I do. Here's a clip.
I hear banging coming from over here.
I'm coming for you!
No! Oh my god!
Stop by, say hi, talk to me about horror movies and all that jazz. I'm more of a rock and metal guy myself, but you know, everybody's got their tastes. You can also follow me everywhere at Braindead Horror, but if you don't want to do that shit, then hopefully I'll just see you in the next video. In any case, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys very soon.